This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. This thing's not even in stores yet, but I'm breaking down 4 features you've got to know about, including this crazy privacy feature built into the screen that's unlike anything we've ever seen before. First thing, we'll unbox the S26 Ultra and see what comes inside. It is a standard Samsung box, pretty thin, comes with that black design on the outside. Popping out the phone, and that's that cool cobalt violet color. I like it. The accessory pack on the top. I do have a SIM card pre-installed because this is an early release device from Samsung before it hits stores. Now inside the accessory pack, usually not a ton in here, but look at this. You do still have a SIM ejector tool. If you're using a standard SIM, you'll need that. Quick start guide here, which is pretty thin, not much useful in there. And then a USB-C to USB-C cable, probably a 3-footer here. It's not branded, but there is no charging block in the box, so this cable is nice to have. All right, let's pop the phone out, and the moment of zen for me is always peeling off this protective film on the screen for the first time. Look how glassy and glossy and liquidy that is. This device does feel really good in my hand. It feels solid. It's got some weight to it. On the back, you've got your cameras there. You've got your LED flash as well, some sensors and whatnot. Everything you'd expect on the back of a Samsung phone. The camera hump is sort of what you've come to expect. That color, again, is really cool. Almost blue, almost purple. I like it. On the top, you've got a couple of microphone holes. On the left, it is, of course, blank. If we spin around to the bottom here, ooh, don't forget about this, guys. The S Pen. Believe it or not, as thin as this phone is, there is an S Pen built into the bottom. A lot of people love to see that. They love their S Pen, so it's nice to have that included here. You also have a speaker port on the bottom right there. You've got a USB-C port, a microphone port, and then, of course, your SIM card slot. Over on the right-hand side of the phone, kind of what you'd expect. Power button, volume up and down button, and then we go back to the top where, again, we just have those microphone holes. Here's the Android boot up logo, and I'm not going to spend too much time setting this device up. I'm going to zip right through it so I can start playing with the phone and testing it out myself. Welcome, it says. We can start that setup process. I'll hit start, and I just skipped by it, but I will say, listen, if you don't transfer apps, this process takes like 2 or 3 minutes, which is nice. So I'll hit home and get to the home screen here, and first impressions, the phone feels good in the hand. The screen looks gorgeous. It's bright. I love the rounded yet sort of squared off corners, and I like that bezel. It's thin enough. It's perfectly even around the outside. Looks really good. First, I got to talk about this new privacy display feature that's built into the screen because it is unlike anything we've seen before. So I want to take a closer look at exactly how it works. This is the feature other companies will copy. Apple will eventually get this feature, I'm almost certain. Privacy display is what it's called. I'll turn it on. And did you see it? It did slightly dim the screen when we're looking it straight on, but just ever so slightly. So it doesn't have too much of an impact when you're looking at the phone straight. But if I have it turned on, what it means, look at this. If I angle the phone, people sitting next to me, they just see a black screen instead of seeing the actual screen itself. So straight on, it looks perfectly normal. And then angled at about a 45-degree angle, you just see a black screen. I have no idea how they're doing this, but it is very, very cool. Best way to see this is side by side. On the left, this feature is turned off. On the right, the feature is turned on, and you can see the difference, how the screen essentially goes black if you've got this feature enabled. Okay, let me change it now to a feature that only blacks out notifications specifically. So it won't black out the screen, it'll just black out notifications. You gotta see this. I think this is even more amazing. Look at this. Text message comes in, I can see it, but if I tilt my screen, just the notification is blacked out. Very, very cool. And here's what's neat too, is that you don't have to privacy protect the whole phone. You can pick specific apps to privacy protect. So for example, I'm gonna go into apps, I'll scroll down and I'll find the messaging app specifically and just turn it on for the messaging app. So the home screen, 45-degree angle, you can see my home screen just fine, but if I jump into messaging, it then goes black. Again, home screen looks normal, messaging is essentially blacked out. The greater the angle, the more blacked out it's gonna look. If I go into Chrome, it looks normal. If I go into messages, it is blacked out. That is privacy display, and that is an awesome new feature. This next feature is the updated cameras on the S26 Ultra. In terms of megapixels, the cameras are basically the same as the previous model, but what's different is the low light performance. They take better videos and photos in dark scenarios. So this is gonna work pretty good with video, but in terms of photos is where you're really gonna see this low light performance shine. I took some photos in a dark corner in the middle of the night in my backyard, and the original photo in in normal settings worked pretty well. I mean, this, you can see kind of what's going on. In person, this corner was almost pitch black, but you can see and make out things with this. But when I jumped it up to the next setting, which takes a 4-second photo and then uses all that information to create a better low light photo, look at the results. I mean, it looks amazing. It almost looks like daylight. And then they've got another level that snaps the picture for 7 total seconds, capturing a whole bunch of light data, and it really looks like daytime. It's amazing how much detail this camera can capture in these low light situations. And this is an example of an extreme situation, but it should take better low light photos indoors when you don't have great lighting. It should overall just do a better job when you're not in the perfect condition for photography. Okay, over to video now, and this feature is actually pretty crazy. It's called Horizon Lock, and we've had a feature on Samsung phones and iPhones for years where it stabilizes the horizon, right? It stabilizes your video. This goes to another level. So take a look here, guys. I'm going to choose Horizon Lock and then shoot a video, but watch this. As I tilt the camera, it locks that horizon in, and not only just stabilizing, but I can tilt the camera all the way around. 360 degrees, roll the camera, and it still locks that horizon in. So even though I was flipping the camera while I was shooting it, this is the end result of that video, which frankly is kind of unbelievable. I mean, if you want to talk about foolproof video shooting when you're trying to lock that horizon in, whether you're in a moving car, or maybe you're on a bike, or trying to record video in some sort of moving mobile situation, this will make it rock solid. What a cool feature. Another one that I do predict other companies, Apple, will probably copy as well. Finally, as expected, more AI is built into the phone, and this new feature is built into the Photos app as part of these new Galaxy AI features. So let me jump into the Photos app and show you exactly how this works. More specifically, this is in the Samsung Gallery app, which is the Samsung Photos app. And if you go into any photo and you go down to the bottom, you'll see this AI icon. This is the Galaxy AI icon. You tap on that, and then you'll have an option that says Create. And it brings up a prompt where you can literally type in anything you want. So, for example, I've got a photo here of my back patio, and I'll type in this. Add a bear laying in a beach chair relaxing, and you hit Generate, and it uses AI. Again, this is going to be a lot like Nano Banana on Google. This is going to be a lot like ChatGPT's image generation apps, but this is Galaxy's generation tools, and take a look at that, guys. So there you go. You literally have a bear sitting in a beach chair, relaxing into that photo, to the point where obviously this is ridiculous, but you can see that it is very realistic looking. All this stuff built into the new Gallery app on the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Just scratching the surface. I hope this was helpful, guys. I think those 4 new features are cool. I think these are features you're probably going to use, and I can't wait to spend some more time with the S26 Ultra and really dive in for you. So do me a huge favor, comment below. Let me know if any of those features are something you think you'd use, and do me an even bigger favor, subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow here on YouTube, and it helps me understand which videos you guys like and which kind of things I should talk more about. I've got a lot more cool tech reviews, tech unboxings, tech demos coming for you right here on the channel. Tech it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.